Welcome to Android tutorial. Today topic is broadcast receiver. In this session, I am going to discuss dynamic broadcast receiver, the order broadcast receiver and sticky broadcast receiver. Let's see how to code and discuss the concepts behind it. Now let's go to Android Studio and I need to define dynamic broadcast receiver while app is running. So when when activity is on create executed, I am creating the dynamic broadcast receiver. So I am creating with this code broadcast receiver. See this, there is on receive, and in that on receive I have given the statement like that I am printing that this on receive is called. Then I need to give filter. This dynamic receiver receives this type of messages. I am giving the intent filter action as aeroplane mode. Whenever there is aeroplane mode, system sends the broadcast message that will be received by this dynamic receiver. And also in manifesto file I have defined one receiver with same action aeroplane mode, so both receivers will be triggered. So I am executing this now. Register receiver, so dynamic register I defined it, but it has to be registered. See, the static receiver is one way of defining a receiver in manifesto file, and another way of defining the dynamic register like this, and we need to register it. When register only the system knows about this broadcast, dynamic broadcast, and we can start receiving the message. The register receiver here we have two contexts. I am registering in activity context, so it is valid throughout the activity life cycle. When I give the application context, it is active as long as app is running. So I am giving I am giving the register receiver in activity context, so it is active in throughout the activity life cycle. So I need to unregister it when activity get registered. Here we should always unregister it, otherwise there is a leaking problem and activity is not there, but this it's trying to execute this, and that leads to leakage of this receiver. So we need to unregister always. Let's see, as I execute this and it should run. It should both receiver and dynamic receiver has to be executed when I change aeroplane mode. Now I am doing it now. Now I am changing the aeroplane mode. See here, dynamic receiver is received the message aeroplane mode, and also my receiver also received the airplane mode. In my receiver I displayed intent action. Here it is, I not displayed it. Now the next topic is intent order broadcast. What is the order broadcast? See here, when I send a broadcast, it will see here in manifesto file, whenever send a broadcast by other apps or any message with the intent filter aeroplane, these all receivers, whichever has intent filter airplane mode, it will get executed. But order broadcast means at a time it will execute. So whenever I give that intent filter, all matching receivers will be executed at a time, but I don't want that. I want to execute one by one, and I want to execute the one by one, and I decide the which one comes first and next based on the priority defined in the manifesto intent filter priority parameter. Now I am defining intent order broadcast intent, and set action is my own action. This is action is user defined action. So my intent filter action is for test send order broadcast, and go to the manifesto file. I am giving here for my receiver 2, the action is for test send order broadcast, and my receiver 1 also for test send order broadcast. I am creating one more receiver and 3, and then that intent filter also, should be the same intent filter. I need to copy this. So whenever I send order broadcast with the user defined intent filter, it will be received by all these 3 receivers, because it will have same action, but I want to execute him in the order based on the priority. I am giving the priority here intent filter. Now I want to execute the first, then I am giving high priority first, I am giving 5. Next I want to execute third, because I am giving a 3, and I want to execute second. So I am giving this priority. So it execute first receiver 1, then 3, then 2 here. So I am coding this send order broadcast. This is intent, this is the user defined action. It has to received by the all receivers matched with this action, and I am giving the permission here. This is user defined permission, because for that I need to give in a permission tag. I need to create the permission. I create the permission with permission tag, and whichever receivers receives this broadcast message with the intent filter for testing order broadcast, it should take the permission, usage permission, then only this message will be delivered to those receivers. So I have given this usage permission as same thing, and it should run now. I am running it now, and it should display receiver 1 and 3 and 2 in that order. It has to execute now. It is running now, and we have another is see here, we got receiver 1 and we didn't get receiver 2. Why? I got receiver 1 here, intent filter is 555, and here is intent filter is 111 with the same broadcast for test send broadcast, but I didn't get is why it is not running. Now I will run again. Now here I will kill all the apps opened here in mobile, so it is stopping me to execute this program correctly. So I killed all the apps there, and I am executing now. So it has to execute now, because some was no. Oh man. There should be some error in this, but it should execute fine, and Yeah, this is I not implemented 3 here, that's why it is not executing.